sure that's fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
Disneyland gets all the fucking better walk around characters.
since Todd already brought it up right before we started, I guess we'll just start there. Mike, did you see Quantumania yet, Tom, or no?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go tomorrow.
So, Mike, what is your obviously spoiler-free uh, thoughts on Quantumania so far?
Um, like I think I said somewhere to someone before, the movie to me is like, is a big budget Marvel movie that has the energy of a network television superhero show. And don't get me wrong, I like net. And when I say network, I really mean like a CW show. I'm like,
CW.
oh yeah,
I knew
like
exactly. I knew what you meant.
yeah, like look at
Yeah.
these guys. They're like I know they're just standing on a set somewhere. Like I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I love Gorilla Grodd. Why doesn't he show up more?
So aside from that, though, Mike, are you like,
Mm-hmm.
are you hot or cold on this movie? Did it do anything for you? Put it into some sort of
I
perspective in regards to how you feel about other movies, I guess.
so like I don't. I mean, I didn't hate the movie, but I can see with the issues I did pick up on with it. I can see why others might look at this movie and be like, "Wow, this was trash." To me, I'm like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't complete hot garbage. But I can, from a certain point of view, I can go like, yeah, this is actually kind of bad. Like as a, I don't know,
You think it was
as
bad?
a
Straight up, you think it was a bad
no,
movie?
I,
Okay.
I don't I don't think it was a bad movie. I do not think it was a bad movie, but it had like bad elements that I can see being like complete deal breakers if you watch this being like, okay, this was just trash. I can see how someone could see or say that.
Mm.
I'm just like, it was fine.
This might be the movie that might make me turn on.
Todd, you turned on Marvel like 7 years ago. What are you talking
No, he's,
about?
I'm
no,
joking.
he's not against him yet.
Yeah.
On,
No,
on Marvel. Oh, okay. You have more about Ant-Man. I was gonna. There's more Marvel news that came out today.
oh, all right. Keep that in your back pocket. We'll jump to that. But real quick, I haven't obviously I don't know when I'll see the movie, but I am not reading anyone's like full review or preview or whatever they've put up for the movie. But one of the common things I'm seeing in like either a thread of tweets or like a tweet that's the tweet accompanying someone's full thoughts on it in an article somewhere is that the movie tries to set a lot of things up, which I feel like I don't know why people. I mean, again, I haven't read these people's full thoughts, but I'm confused as to why that's a negative for some people. Again, I haven't seen the movie yet, simply because
I
I know there's a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of people that keep saying post Endgame, where's the direction? And from what I'm just gleaming from these, very innocuous tweets, is that
I,
it is setting stuff up, but people are like, it's not Ant-Man, we're setting stuff up. So I don't know.
I think people have an issue with what I've seen is dialogue in the movie. And just in that like couple clips I saw, I thought like the dialogue between like I guess someone was like they did the actor girl who plays his daughter dirty in the movie for like whoever wrote the script for her lines. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean the clip I sent you guys a couple weeks ago when like it was him and his daughter going
Yeah,
back
I
and
don't
forth.
I don't watch that. I'm not. I want to see
Oh
the
yeah,
movie. I'm not watching
yeah.
clips from the
That
movie.
made
yeah,
me not want to see the movie at all. That clip.
yeah, I don't know what they're talking about with like it's just setting up things. Like, yeah, I guess it set up stuff, but at the same time, I feel like every movie on I guess it's not fair to say because I think the common complaint was all these previous movies like what are they leading up to? Where this one, yeah, it's leading up to something, but also at the same time, I don't think it was necessary. And I don't
Hmm.
know. I'll talk to Dom about it some point tomorrow, I suppose,
Yeah.
just to clarify
I,
that.
I read something too that like there's no character development with like him and his daughter, which is like something that they've hinted at every movie that they've been in, and like and it's a new actress in every movie, and they still can't have any kind of there was like zero character development between them two. I guess
I
it was like
I
complaint
think there
movie.
was some. I don't know if I want to call it development so much as like this is the first time we see him with his teenage daughter, like in an extensive period of time. Like he met up with her briefly, in Endgame, but like this is the first time we like see who she is as a person, or at least who she's become as a person.
Also,
So
I'm confused by that because in Ant-Man 1, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he not allowed to see his daughter?
Yeah, he gets her back at the end, like or whatever. He's not at the beginning. He's like he sees her, but like then I figured he has to get like a job or something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that his interaction with his daughter in the first movie is you're not allowed to see your daughter, and like that's the extent of their relationship.
Yeah, because remember though, he still like shows up to like the birthday party and shit, and like all that. Like I still think he sees her throughout the movie. I just because remember he has like a
I feel like
he has a good
Cassie has
relationship
like
with the wife. I feel like.
I feel like Cassie probably has like 15 or 20 minutes of screen time in the first movie.
Maybe, I don't know.
She's in the entire. Well, I mean, I was gonna say she's in the entire final fight of Ant-Man.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, none of us have seen the movie besides Mike, so it doesn't matter. But I guess the last thing I'll end it on for you, Mike, is since this is the kickoff to Phase 5. Is it a strong kickoff to what we are building up to, which is, the next two Avengers movies at some point? Or
I would say no.
okay,
And there is a reason why I would say that, and I'll be curious to see what Dom thinks when he sees it.
hmm
Just because like I don't know, I really can't go into it.
yeah, of course.
Like I won't say, but like it's like, well, sure,
Okay,
sure.
is this a top half, bottom half for you?
This is we always say top, like it's top half, bottom half. No, this is strong mid.
Strong mid. Okay. Is there a sandwich you can give right now? Like, what would you sandwich this between? Can you give me an Ant-Man sandwich?
Ooh, okay, that's good. That's good. Let's see. What do I think was slightly better?
Yeah. Just what's slightly better and what's slightly below. It doesn't have to be like out of the 72 movies, this is number 55, and like just
Right.
give me the sandwich. If later down the line it's like what? No, there was some lettuce in between there, and it was this movie. That's fine. But it's just what is the sandwich?
Look, I would say that I think overall maybe Black Widow was a more enjoyable film.
Wow, that is not
I
making
also-
me feel good about seeing this movie.
But at the same time, I think I liked Black Widow more than you liked Black Widow, and I feel like I might have liked it more than all of you guys. I can't remember. how
I
it
liked
shook
it, but
out.
I didn't like the second half. I didn't like the last.
There were
45.
parts
loved
about it that I
the
didn't
beginning.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was parts about it I didn't like, but
But he liked enough of it to put it over Quantumania. Oof. Is Jonathan Majors
Even
good?
though-
Because I've heard that's like
Jonathan
the
Majors is
constant
good.
is that
Jonathan
he's good
Majors
in the
is good,
movie.
yeah.
Okay.
He's a good villain. Like he's definitely a better villain than whatever the bad guy was in Black Widow. I was gonna say
The Russian guy.
I know it was it was Taskmaster and the Russian guy. And the Russian guy's like,
I can't.
Okay.
What were people's reactions in the theater when they saw MODOK's face? Was people like laughing?
I don't remember. So there was at least a few people.
Because there's gonna be
At
people who
least
don't
one
know who
who-
MODOK is, like and they're just going blind. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
To be
there
fair,
was
Mike,
like
Mike told me a comment that he heard, which makes me think that this theater was not the right one to pull this question from.
okay. Number one in my theater. So I showed up like sort of late. So I walked in during. I think the Guardians trailer was the last trailer that they played. So I walked in while they're playing the end of that trailer. And then like behind me somewhere, I could hear the person like speaking along the lines of Nicole Kidman's like "Heartbreak feels good in a place like this." There was that person in the background somewhere, and then
It was
It was
just
at
somebody.
least one-
It was just Nicole Kidman in the background. She was
Yeah.
just
It was.
sitting there doing her dialogue.
There's someone in the background yelling, "Disney hates money."
well, I'll get to that. So there was a person
What?
who was at least clapping. Like there was a few times where like
At the
like,
trailer?
people like clap. Not at the
Oh,
trailer,
okay.
during the movie. Sorry.
At the
No,
Nicole
it's like the movie.
Kidman intro.
Yes,
No.
Standing O.
I did.
it was
I
over,
did
and they got up and left.
if I didn't show up so late, I would have stood up and be like, "Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this." So there were a handful of times where people like clapped or laughed, I feel like there was one person who would be like the single person to have a reaction to a thing, and it was like typically positive, like be like woo, and they'd clap. It was only one person.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd. And then what I had texted Dom was at the end of the film when we're sitting there during the credits, I heard a guy in the background, and clearly he was just telling a joke. It was like, I thought Paul Rudd played Tony Stark. I was like, okay, that's definitely a thought.
Yeah, right.
Okay, interesting. Well, spoilers.
do you-
Iron Man is in this movie. Thanks, Mike. Jeez.
Do you go by yourself or did you go with someone?
I went by myself.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite thing in the world, going to the movies by myself. I'd rather go by myself every fucking time. I don't want to bring Amanda or anyone else, because fucking get there, I don't have to worry about anyone else. I don't have to worry about anyone talking to me, you know? It's like,
I sat down and I started pulling burgers out of my pockets. I was like,
hell yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I
You
always
burger
stop by,
pocketing it, Mike?
Yeah, I always stop by like Burger King.
Oh, I'm
or
not
Wendy's
hating.
or
I'm not
McDonald's,
hating.
and shove burgers in my pockets and then sit down. The movie starts, and I wait for like a nice moment for me to like start unwrapping a burger.
I like
you know
to
what's so
I like to think that Mike is thinking he's clever and he's like walking in with fucking burger pants bulging out and like the fucking
No,
cash
I
the-
reek of burgers.
the,
I reek of
ca-
burgers.
the
Like,
cashier's like, here comes this fucking guy, burger pants over here. He's got grease dripping out his leg.
On the day the grease and the burgers finally get to you, are you gonna say heart attack feels good in a place like this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hope I am like lucid enough to still make that comment.
See, Mike was like nice enough to like wait for the right moment to open his burger. I saw Judge Dredd at like 10 in the morning whenever that movie came out by myself. I'm in a theater with like 4 people max, I think.
Judge
This
Dredd
dude-
or Dredd?
Oh, Dredd,
Yeah,
just Dredd, the remake,
Okay.
yeah, the new one. This fucking dude comes in with like a big plastic bag while the movie's playing, starts fucking opening up a fucking thing. This like 50-year-old dude behind him goes, "Hey man, what's your fucking problem?" They like start going at it. That was like the whole first like 10 minutes of the movie was them fighting.
Where do you go to the movies? Like,
Dude, this
I-
is at Lowe's. I'm telling you.
I don't have these experiences, so I go
Right, you
opening
probably
night.
don't- here's what I'll say. I feel like when I'm stoned, I go to the movies, and I'm hyper focused on every last fucking thing in that theater. So I want like if I hear someone chomping next to me, I'm like, you know, like it's just fucking. I went to IMAX and saw Gravity. It was the worst experience I've ever had. Like I had someone next to me that did not stop talking the entire film, even after I shushed them and asked them to stop. Like just fucking literally talked. And that movie's like a very like, you know, not dialogue heavy. You kind of just want to get stuck in the moment and completely ruined. I hate people.
I'm sure that person went home with like, I got shushed by some pothead.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Reek of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching Gravity.
Dom, what was your other? Is your other Marvel thing long? Because I will bump the intro and then we'll go into it. Or
I was just gonna say that. So the Marvels got bumped today
oh, I did
was
see that.
supposed to
Yeah,
come
got-
out in July, and now it's coming out in
November, I think.
the
November.
end. Yeah. They also announced yesterday that Secret Invasion and Loki are the only 2 shows that will definitely come out this year. So Echo and Ironheart probably got bumped.
That's
Interesting.
perfect though, because I think both of those shows, like I love Loki and I think Secret Wars looked awesome. So, yeah, that's stuff I'm excited for.
Secret Wars.
Secret
That trailer
Invasion.
did. Secret Invasion. That trailer did not do really much for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm pumped. Just give me. I just want Samuel
I
L.
thought it was
Jackson.
cool.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for like a Samuel L. Jackson led show,
So,
but
like, so
it
that
didn't like.
show-
I wasn't like, oh, this looks really good. It just looked like, I don't know, like espionage, like government
it looked
noir
like
thing.
Agents of Shield done better though. Like if that makes any sense.
I'm not saying it looked bad. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Fake Marvel fan.
They
Yeah.
also
Spies.
they also made a statement about how they realized that they were watering people down by releasing so much, so it's likely that we'll get less, and like things will be more spaced out going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I at this point, I don't know why they're putting out so much stuff at once. They don't. They probably wanted to front load Disney Plus at first. Like that's my only guess. Is like they just wanted Disney Plus to have lots of stuff and like a good cadence or like a steady cadence of new things coming out on that platform. But I feel like that there's a lot of stuff on Disney Plus now, and like I just started watching Andor because I'm behind on that because I feel like there's just too many things to take my time at this point. So, Mandalorian comes back next month, right?
Yeah, it's
I
soon.
think so.
So
I
like,
have to watch.
yeah, we
I
got
have to
plenty
watch
of things.
the Book of Boba Fett before I watch season 3 of Mandalorian, right? I'm assuming.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll watch the last 2 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah,
The last 2
I'll
episodes
watch
that
the whole
are.
thing. I'll watch the whole. I like those characters, so like I'll probably watch it.
I don't know. Book of Boba Fett was whatever. I thought it had some moments, but
Yo, we got Ted Lasso back though very soon, which is pretty fucking incredible.
I mean, in that same vein, you should watch Shrinking.
Oh, I will. And that's why Amanda's off tomorrow. That's why I say I couldn't do tomorrow because we want to watch that. We've been dying to watch that.
It's interesting. Like, it's obviously like a similar, like very broad stroke, similar show to Ted Lasso in that it's like, you know, some of these characters or all these characters or a lot of these characters have like, you know, they might have this like funny facade, like they might be like, you know, like happy go lucky, whatever, but they, you know, they're dealing with things that people deal with, and you know, kind of like how Ted Lasso is like, you know, fucking Mr. Happy Go Lucky, but underneath he's got some shit going on. So I don't know. I've been eating up shows. I mean, piled through Barry, watching The Last of Us every week.
Yeah, you guys gotta watch Barry now.
I feel like I just watched something else too.
Started.
Oh, Poker Face. Poker Face is fucking phenomenal. Has anyone else started Poker Face?
What's it on again?
Peacock, unfortunately.
Oh, Peacock.
It is fucking real good. Like, damn,
She's so good though. She's
Rain
good.
Johnson really just fucking knocking it out of the park these days. My boy.
It's what's her face? It's Natasha Leone or
Leone?
whatever her name.
Yeah, I mean she's good.
like-
She's
she's
good
very
too,
good.
but like someone has to also write the show. She's not writing the show, I don't think. But she is good in it. It's a good premise. It's a good, interesting show. I've seen a lot of people compare it to Columbo, which I've never watched, but if you know the premise of Columbo, or maybe Monk. No, I'm thinking of Monk.
I think it was Columbo that you're talking about. Although when you started the sentence, I thought you were gonna say Murder She Wrote. So
No, because it's basically do Columbo and Monk both have like a quirk
No,
that makes them?
No,
Columbo does.
is just a cigar smoking. No,
Yeah,
Monk
he's
is the
kind of
one.
an idiot.
Monk is the one that has like
A quirk.
is like OCD or something.
Yeah, so it's like Monk
he's
then,
got-
because she has something going on about her that allows her to do what she's doing. Which
Is Monk OCD?
I forget he has
he like
something. I
he
know
like
his
cleans his
brother,
hands a
played
lot,
by
right, or
John
something. I
Turturro-
don't fucking know.
Yeah, his brother, played by John Toretto, had agoraphobia, and let's see, Monk was supposed to be like a Sherlock Holmesy character. What was his thing? He had a thing. He had some sort of neurosis. I don't remember what the neurosis was. But
Yeah.
it was something.
So
It was
it
related to like his wife dying.
yeah, so it's not the same, but it's similar in that regard, and like it's
OCD.
an episodic thing. So like it, you know, each episode there is a like overall plot line that's kind of happening, but also it's like each episode is a contained mystery. So
Monk has OCD and he is a germaphobe.
yeah, I thought it was germaphobe. Okay. So yeah, it's similar. I don't know the deal with Columbo. Did Columbo have like a shtick?
Is just a detective that smokes cigars. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't he?
And
Wasn't he kind of
wore
a
a trench coat.
goofball? Yeah, he's kind of a goofball, wasn't he? I can't remember if I can.
One
yeah,
more thing.
I don't know.
That was like 50 years ago, and you know.
Yeah, I
was-
don't know.
They
Almost four.
made a new Columbo. I don't know, 10 years ago,
Oh, did they?
20 years ago, maybe.
I don't know. Regardless, Poker Face, fantastic. I'm loving Last of Us. I started Severance. I don't know. I'm gonna push through and see if I can get through a little bit more of it and see it clicks with me.
Wait, are
But
either of you guys? I know Brendan's obviously watching Last of Us. Are you guys watching it?
Dom is, I think.
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then I haven't gotten back to it.
What'd you think?
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with it. I just don't have an hour every week to like. At some point, I'll just sit down and watch a bunch of them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm doing with Andor right now. I watched like the first 4 episodes. But yeah, anyways, welcome everyone to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk for 20 minutes before we do the intro. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
You know.
Yeah, you love to hear it. Also joining us tonight, of course, is the fucking, I don't even know what Todd is anymore. The fucking plays too many games guy, Todd Gary. He's jumping from 17 games. Every time I look on Xbox, it's like, oh, he's playing fucking Midnight Suns. Oh, he's playing fucking Call of Duty. Oh, he's playing fucking this.
I definitely have like a 3-game revolving door, and then I'll jump over to like games I still play on. I'll still play Saifu. I still play Returnal. Like, I'll jump over to games like those.
Nonsense. How are you doing? How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight?
All right.
Feeling good. Okay. And then rounding us out, of course, the Disney daddy, the Fortnite father, Mr. Dominic 40 Dom. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Okay. Before we jump into tonight's episode, even though I guess at this point we've already jumped into it, but we're just, doing what we do. A couple of housekeeping things. This episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you should check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and at Good Morning Chubby and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. And if you do head down, let them know Pass the Controller sent you. The PTC Movie Club for February is Dom's pick, and Dom picked Creep. So if you want to hear us talk about Creep, watch that movie. I believe, I'm just double checking, it is on Netflix, Dom, correct?
Yeah, last I checked.
Okay, so I believe it is on Netflix if you haven't watched it yet, or however else you watch your movies. Look for us to talk about Creep. I believe next week is the last week. Maybe, I don't know. I look at the calendar, actually. Probably next week.
The weekend's on the month ends on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
The following week.
So the next episode probably is PTC Movie Club. So we'll keep you posted there. So be on the lookout for that. Where Todd will then also reveal his March pick, which can't wait for that.
Yo, I mean, honestly, have you ever had soup in a bathtub? Because get ready to watch some Gummo, baby.
Oh boy, Mike, you're gonna will this into existence, and it's gonna be a fucking nightmare for everyone involved.
I know.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mike's Anime Minute, a show where Mike is within a show talking about anime. Mike, I had a question for you, the anime senpai, for Mike's Anime Minute.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with these? What's the deal with these? What's the? Jeez, I am having. Did I have a stroke just now? What just happened?
I have no idea.
What is the deal with these couple of anime that are popping over to Netflix, free to watch? Have you seen this news? I'm assuming you have.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about that? This media's putting all these shows on YouTube. Which is not what you said.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what I said. I just didn't say Viz Media put in there.
Yeah, and also they're putting it on YouTube, not Netflix. So they're free.
Did I say Netflix?
You said Netflix.
I meant YouTube. I apologize. Thank you for calling me my bullshit, Mike. That's what I meant. I meant because some of the, and that's kind of where I was going with this, is some of these shows are on Netflix. And I'm sure they're on Crunchyroll and other places too. But what is up with this? Is there a reason you think behind this, other than just they want to get like some of these shows even more broad appeal?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you any real business reason. A lot of these shows are relatively old, but also well regarded.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they just want to get the people out there. It's like, oh, this is an interesting show. And then they'll say, hey, if you want to see more, why don't you subscribe to our platform to read manga.
Yeah. Is Mike chopping up for anyone else?
Just that split second.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just, interesting timing that this is coming kind of in the same wave as Netflix is got a lot of issues going on right now and a lot of changes potentially to, like, the platform itself, but also they're seemingly on this trend of dropping shows and getting rid of stuff. So
Dude,
like it's kind of
The whole
like Arrested Development thing is what's kind of when that happened, and then this only, and I only am pairing the two together. They might be completely unrelated, but simply because I know, at least I don't know if it still is, but at some point I believe Naruto, Sailor Moon, and Death Note were all on Netflix. I don't know if they still are, or if this is like a change coming with this going to YouTube, but weird timing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if Sailor Moon was on there. I remember Death Note. I remember Naruto being on there. Hunter x Hunter was on there for a bit. I
Oh,
don't
Hunter x
remember
Hunter
if
was on there, yeah.
Inuyasha was on there. So,
I think
like,
Inuyasha was
know.
on there. Inuyasha's ears, right? White hair, ears. Okay, because I sometimes I'm confusing it with like Rurouni Kenshin, Pepperoni Kenshin, and I actually don't know the difference between those two shows. Does Pepperoni Kenshin also have ear guy?
No.
Okay, who is like the, what is the cover of Rurouni Kenshin?
Kenshin. He's got red hair and he's got like a cross-shaped scar on his cheek.
Huh. Okay.
Got a sword.
Anyways, so I forgot Inuyasha was part of that list. Mike, you love Inuyasha. Mike, would you spend all your dollary dues if Inuyasha came to Fortnite?
If they put Sesshomaru in Fortnite, yeah, I suppose I'd buy Sesshomaru skin. But
Is-
I wouldn't like on Inuyasha.
Are either of those shows the guy that like with his hand shoots Spirit Justice?
Mm-hmm.
Is that either of those shows or a different show?
That's a different show entirely.
Is it something with a Y?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho. All three of these shows have blended in my brain as one thing, and I don't know why.
They're all very different. The closest thing I can give you is that the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho is married to the creator of Sailor Moon, which I don't know. There's your trivia for you.
Okay, interesting. You are roboting pretty heavily for me. I don't know if this is a across the
Oh my
board
God.
situation.
Hold on. Let me fix that.
put something in rice. It always works.
That's not how this works.
So the like traditional Sailor Moon is not on Netflix, but Inuyasha is, Naruto is, Hunter x Hunter is.
It's Hunter by Hunter, right, Mike?
It's Hunter times Hunter.
Oh,
It's Hunter squared actually.
oh, okay. Who are you more mad at for that, Mike? For that string of events there?
That one's been up to. That one's contested all around. People
Okay.
say everything.
Wait, really?
I've heard Hunter x Hunter. I've heard Hunter by Hunter.
Have you heard Hunter squared?
Hunter squared is new, but I'm sure if I were to dig into it,
I'm gonna go with Hunter squared.
Damn, Dom's fucking creating a new fucking pathos.
There's things I say now.
Also, Netflix wants you to know that if you are a fan of Inuyasha and all these shonens, then you may enjoy Sister Sister.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right.
It's
I'm
just
confused.
in the middle of this list. I don't know why.
That's
I'm
fair.
confused how the One Piece live, like, is that a show or is it a movie? What is that? Like,
It's
why
gonna
would they
be
do
a
that?
show.
So after everything that happened with the other one, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna double down on this and cancel it after
I
our first
think
season again.
I think wheels or Cowboy fell apart.
You're worse, Mike. Actually,
Oh my god.
Mike is being overcome by the Matrix. I don't know what's happening. We'll give this another minute, and then
also on the kind of off topic but on topic, Michael B. Jordan did an interview about Creed 3 and said that
Yeah, I
all
saw
of
that.
the fight scenes are stylized after anime fights.
And then he
said
named the fights.
he said
too.
like one of the, he said like
Yeah.
one of the fight scenes is like a straight Dragon Ball like fight scene.
Yeah, hold on, I'll look it up right now because he listed 3 separate fights that the fights are like based on.
damn, am I gonna see Creed 3? that could potentially be one of the
you should
best ways for him to market that movie to a new audience.
Right, but you should watch the first. The first 2 are actually pretty good movies.
Sure, I guess.
Also off topic while we're trying to get Mike back, it was just announced that we're getting a Street Fighter cross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic.
Who has the TMNT comic rights right now? Is it IDW?
I don't know. I'm guessing. IDW is the one that's doing this crossover. So
Interesting. Okay. Huh. I mean, I'll probably
Paris, how do I sound right now?
sound better now.
you sound okay.
Amazing.
All right.
So do you think there's any correlation between those things, Mike, or this is just like a,
I can't.
happy coincidence?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. And what I was saying to Todd before was, I think the wheels are spinning. Oh, Dom's shaking his head.
Yeah, it's popping up again. You're getting a little hazy.
I'll make up an answer for me. It's fine.
You sound okay right now. You
Yeah.
just have to talk like for little bits. You can't talk for like extended period of time. So like talk for a couple seconds and then pause and then,
And then
talk for a
stop.
couple seconds.
Maybe your
Okay.
neighbors on the phone are picking you up today, and it's like stealing your audio from us.
Or
I
you
haven't heard them in a
talk, and then
while.
I'll fill in the blanks after you talk, and I'll just like take over.
Yeah, we'll Mad Libs this
Pass
shit, Mike.
along.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
uh.
I'm gonna do something else. So just
Okay. All right. Well, we can we can move on from that anyway. I guess I'll use this moment to talk about Like a Dragon Ishin, which if you want to buy the digital deluxe version, you can get that game today, as of today, the 17th of February. If not, it will see its worldwide release next week on the 22nd, I believe, is the Tuesday. But I finished the game. I'm pretty much done with my written review. I just kind of want to give it a little more time in the oven. I might, add some stuff, take some stuff out. We'll see. But I've pretty much come down with where I feel in that game overall. I'm just kind of tweaking the actual written stuff that I put down to not paper, I guess, digital typing stuff for a website. So you can look for that. I probably won't post it tonight. I'll probably post it tomorrow morning. So if you want to, get my full written thoughts on Like a Dragon Ishin, you can check that out tomorrow at passthecontroller.io. I did put up the first 30 minutes of gameplay on our YouTube channel. So if you're interested in how that game kicks off and how it kind of moves in motion and you want to see how that is, you can check that out on our YouTube channel. I have a few other small videos that'll go up at some point. Probably something related to the combat overall, in case you want to just see how the combat flows in the game, and then I might do something else. We'll see. But on top of those two things, I'll talk about the game a little bit right here. I guess if you aren't going to read the article, or if you just want to double down or double dip on stuff, we don't normally score stuff. Todd and I were talking about this before we started recording tonight. I think with this, we might start maybe playing around with scoring things on a 1 to 10 scale, a 10-point scale, and I haven't fully landed if we're gonna do 0.5s or not. I don't know if we fully have landed on that point. I don't know if you want to have a definitive input on that, Todd.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's something that can develop and change as
Yeah,
we go along.
and it probably will.
If I'm passionate about something, say if something comes down the line, I'm like, hey, dude, I love this game. I don't want to give it a 9. I want to give it an 8.
Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. So, we might drop 0.5s in there at some point. We're not going to go to the point of being 0.75 or something like that. That's a little too granular.
I think just a split between the two. I don't think anything more. You don't
Yeah.
do anything else.
Do you think it makes more sense to do a 1 out of 5 scale then?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't like looking at 1 out of 5 scales. I don't necessarily think they're bad, but
Yeah.
I prefer seeing a definitive number.
So
It's just personal preference, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the 10-point scale is probably more utilized than a 5-point scale, but I mean, I don't know. It's all subjective. Everyone's opinion is everyone's opinion. So, but you might see some changes to how we kind of tackle review type stuff throughout the year. And again, the first being, since this is the first big review of the year that we're doing, or at least I did, it's gonna probably have a number tied to it, which at this point is sitting somewhere between 7 and 8. I don't think it's a bad game at all. I think it's really, really good. I think some of its biggest negatives is the fact that it is a remake of a 2014 PlayStation 3 and 4 game. So it's an old game that never came out anywhere but Japan. So they localized it and remade it. And I will say, visually, I mean, there are points where it looks fine, but especially some of the cutscenes and the fight, boss fight intros, looks really fucking good and really fucking cool. And like some of those things are the best aspects of the game. It's just like how, I mean, Todd, you've played bits of Yakuza games, but you never finished a Yakuza game, right? So like you
I can't try to remember which one I played. I played this. It said someone told me this was like the starting point. I feel like
Zero.
It's Zero, maybe.
There are people that go back and forth between Kiwami and Zero, but I think Zero is like.
I think it was Zero.
Like,
I don't think it was Kiwami.
Kiwami, I think, takes place timeline wise before Zero, but I think a lot of people say start with Zero and not Kiwami.
Yeah.
I will say overall, Mike, Yakuza as a franchise, full stop, is something that you probably would fucking love. Like so fucking much. Like it is so much your shit that I don't even like. I think when the day that you dip into Yakuza, you're gonna play like all 10 Yakuza games and not play anything else until you finish all of those games. They're fucking.
Are any of them still on Game Pass?
I think the first couple are.
They should be, I think.
Yeah, I think some of them came off. They might have come back on, but you should absolutely consider starting with those games, Mike. You can do what I did, which is I started with Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is, I think, technically also a spin-off. So to get back to the thing that I played and I'm reviewing, Like a Dragon Ishin is a spin-off of the Yakuza series where it basically takes a historical setting and story and, embellishes a little bit, injects some other things into it, has some fun with it. But what it does is it's filled with Yakuza series characters. Like Kazuma Kiryu is, like, I think the main character in all of the Yakuza games. I have no idea, besides Like a Dragon, because this is where it gets confusing. Yakuza Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon Ishin, there's like two different things. So Yakuza Like a Dragon is a spin-off to the Yakuza series, and it stars Ichiban Kasuga and like a cast of other characters. Where this is a spin-off, but it's like it takes place in a historical setting that is based on real events that happened at the end of the Edo period in Japan. I think it's 1867. So it's basically the end of the Edo period, which I won't go into like a full deep dive on historical stuff. The game does touch on the historical stuff, and I like one of the things the game does specifically because it is referencing a lot of historical things, and if you're not super familiar with a lot of these things, it might be like a lot of proper nouns constantly at you throughout dialogue and cutscenes. If there's a proper noun or a Japanese term that the game deems you may not know, you can just press start and it gives you a glossary of the terms in the dialogue window. So like it'll be like, oh, the shogunate, or like whatever it may be. Like it's like they will give you like a quick little like sentence or two to kind of break what that thing is in case you don't know what I think there's just a lot of proper nouns. Like there's a lot of different political parties that are involved in this setting of this game, which is basically they are trying to have a big transition of power. There's a lot of Western influence with like British colonizers coming over. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's all based off true events. But the Yakuza tie to it is it has a lot of fan favorite characters from the Yakuza series in this game playing Yeah, it's like filled with like you play as Kiryu, but you're not Kiryu. You're a Sakamoto Ryoji, and like Goro Majima is a character in the game, but he's not Goro Majima. He's another character. I think his name is Otike, or so like all these other Yakuza characters are in the game, but all they are is just like the character model. So it's like that stuff. But also another interesting aspect of it is like it's the same voice actors that like play them in the Yakuza games, but it's not the Yakuza character. So it's just like it's like a weird thing, but it somehow works really well. Like I mean, I don't have a tie to any of these specific characters because I haven't played any of those Yakuza games, but I can see why people who like the Yakuza series would be like, maybe pick up on some subtleties in the story. Because I definitely, after finishing the game, didn't feel like having not played a Yakuza game where you play as Kiryu I didn't think I was at a disadvantage story wise. Like I didn't think I was missing anything. But I'm sure they probably do some fun things for the fans with those characters in there. Like maybe they have people that typically butt heads or like are on opposing sides in other Yakuza games. Maybe they're teamed up in this game. I have no fucking idea. But I'm sure there's some of that type of stuff going on. But it's has an interesting combat system. I think this is probably where it shows its age the most, where it's like, you know, it's clear you're playing a game that is a little bit older. It doesn't feel as smooth as like a modern day hack and slash game, like a Bayonetta 3 or, you know, Devil May Cry 5 or something. Like it's a little bit clunkier, a little bit slower, but I don't know how far you got into those other Yakuza games, Todd, so I don't know if you can answer this question. Is it just simply like like fists? Like do you get weapons and stuff or no?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I played like 20 plus hours of that game, and it was pretty much just doing the same combos and shit, and just fucking interactions. Like you'd like run down the street a little bit, and like you get to a certain area, then there'd be like a gang there, and then you fight like 4 people, then you move on to the
Yeah.
while you're trying to get to your
Yeah,
destination.
yeah, and that's what I think every Yakuza game is like. It's just like there
Yeah.
are people roaming the alleyways and streets and stuff, and
Yeah.
I think it works. I like it, and I like it in this game. But like specifically with the combat, like is it just fist stuff in Yakuza, or
From what I mean, you can pick up like a barrel.
you can
think,
like pick
that,
stuff up, but you can't like equip
Yeah.
like you come into the fight with a bat or something, can you? I have no
No,
idea.
I don't think so. Not that I know of. At least, I mean, you might be able to get a bat. I don't know, but I don't remember that being a huge part of it. I remember
I
being
don't
the
know.
Arpats guy and like doing like breakdance fighting, and that's like I'm like I just want to be this guy. I don't even want to go back to the other.
Yeah, that's
ones,
Majima.
Yeah, Majima.
So yeah, I don't know what the fighting is like in traditional Yakuza games because I have not played them really. But there are 4 different stances that you get in this game, so you can choose to fight with your fists. You can choose to be a swordsman, and you can switch these on the fly in combat. So you can be switching back and forth, changing it up however you want, which I think just gives a little bit of depth and makes it not feel as repetitive. But you can do brawler, which is fists. You can do swordsman, which is your sword, obviously. You can do gunman, which is you have a gun, and then you can do wild dancer. I think it's called wild dancer, where you have a sword in one hand and a gun in the other hand. I still primarily used swordsman, but I would mix it up depending on the scenario. And then another element to the combat that they add in a little bit later in the game is called trooper cards, which I don't know if those are a thing in other Yakuza games. I don't think they are, but
I don't think so.
it's essentially you unlock this card system that you can equip them, level them up. You can, fuse them to make them better. You can unlock new ones. You can do certain things to get new cards and stuff. And all of these things augment your abilities. So you'll get, some of them will give you like health boost, power boost, let you shoot faster, let you swing faster, like with your sword. Some of them have like, special abilities. Like I think it was one of the first cards I got. I don't know if everyone gets the same cards when you unlock the system, but one of the first cards I got allowed me to like shoot this like chain reaction lightning bolt thing that would chain into everyone around me. And I just kept leveling that up because I was like, this is, for crowd control, it was great. So it's just another layer to like kind of mix up the combat, and each weapon, so each fighting stance can have their own set of cards too. So like you wouldn't just have 3 or 4 cards equipped. You'd have like, 9 to 12 cards equipped because you can switch around the styles. So it's just like an interesting layer. I think it adds a lot of depth, especially for a game that again is a little bit older. I think it worked really well, but I think really where the game kind of just knocks it out of the park is what Yakuza games do best. And it's just, there's this story and there are these characters and there's this main plot. But then outside of this main plot, there's hundreds of sub-stories, which are just all different types of side missions. Some of them you'll just happen to run into on the middle of doing a mission and do it. Some of them you can seek out. You can choose to like not do any of this stuff, but I think if you're choosing to like skip a lot of this stuff, I don't think you're really having the true Yakuza experience, or in this case, the Like a Dragon Ishin experience. Like the variety of submissions and side missions that there are anything from someone's throwing rocks at this dog, go beat these kids up, to a lady asked me for a cucumber, and I went and got her a cucumber. But obviously the dialogue was a little bit more suggestive than that. Just like ridiculous things. Then there's like some heartfelt ones where it's like, old man needs help getting across town, and you got to fight people that want to fucking rob him and stuff. Like, there's a lot of very interesting variety in those things. And then there's also so many mini games. There are drinking mini games, and there are gambling mini games, and karaoke mini games, and dancing rhythm games. And in this game, Like a Dragon Ishin, there's a whole, you can fish. There's a whole separate thing you unlock at one point, probably mid game, called Another Life. That is literally, you have a house, you can farm, you can cook, you can like get cats, dogs, and chickens, and just like do all of these other side missions for all of these other things that you can not interact with if you don't want to. But like, again, if you're not going to at least kind of like take a little piece of everything and try it, I don't know, a Yakuza game is not for you. But it's so, there's so much packed in there. When I finished the game, my completion was 11%. That's how much of the game I haven't seen yet, because there's just so much in there. Like Jesse, because Jesse and I were kind of playing it in tandem. He was this was last night. He was a few chapters behind me still, and he was at like probably 30 or 40% done, because he's doing so much side stuff. He's like finishing Another Life. He's caught every fish in the game. Like he's going buck wild. I like, this game's not getting uninstalled. This is how I feel about this game. Like it has its issues. It shows its age. Like, one of the big things for me that I was kind of hoping for, like Yakuza Like a Dragon, that story and those characters were really, really interesting and had a lot of story beats that resonated with me. This game, and it's probably mostly because it's like the historical setting, I didn't have that same type of connection, which is a bummer, but I don't think it's like a huge X on the game. I just think, I was hoping to have that other connection, especially because with the Yakuza series proper, like, I think a reason why that's such a beloved series among some of these other like series staple things I've said is that people really, really care about these characters. Like, people love Majima. Like, I know who Majima is because, spoiler, he does show up in Yakuza Like a Dragon, but it's because people are attached to these characters. People love Kiryu. People love Majima. I'm sure there are plenty of other Yakuza characters that I don't know by name that people love. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a fantastic game. I'll have my full written thoughts probably live tomorrow. So if you want to read more of what I have to say about that, you can definitely check that out. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird one. I don't know if I'd say if you haven't played Yakuza, start here. That's probably not a good idea. But I definitely recommend Yakuza Like a Dragon, or anyone else who likes Yakuza would tell you, no, play Zero, not Like a Dragon first. So, I don't know. If you're listening and you have an interest in anything that I just said, a lot of the Yakuza games have like this similar structure, and like they have this just whole fantastical element to it. You should definitely check it out. Mike, I really think that you would like kind of fucking gobble up Yakuza. I think it would be your jam.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like,
more times you tell him that he's gonna like it, the less
you
likely
give it a stop. Yeah. Mike, honestly,
true.
don't give it. It's grass. It's like fucking. It's like Persona, but except you're fighting and everything, and it's just like you're. It's like the same. It's like the same. You're running through like tiny little alleyways and fucking streets, and trying to get where you need to go, and yeah, you'd hate it. Don't do it.
yeah,
I'm on it right now.
Well, hey guys, I think we got him.
Fucking nailed it. Fucking got him.
We got him.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my piece on Like a Dragon Ishin. Definitely check it out if it sounds interesting to you.
I'm on the fence because like I'm like you say, I play too many games, and I'm playing too many games, and I do want to play it, but like
yeah,
I need to finish something.
It's one of those weird things where it's like I've put my hour count is also very wrong in that game, because I had it on at different points to write some stuff while I was looking things up and whatever. So my hour count in the game is like 130 hours, which is definitely not correct. I think if you were to mainline Like a Dragon Ishin, you could probably get through it in like 20 to 25 hours. But again, I think that's not the best way to experience a Yakuza game, because you just want to play that side stuff. Like that side stuff is such a big part of what makes those games fun and interesting. And like, I don't want to spoil any story beats of the game, but there's like, for me in Ishin, there's 14 chapters, or there's 13 chapters, and then the finale. The chapter 6 is when it started to like really make me care about the story a little bit more, and the characters a little bit more. Chapter 9, like once I hit chapter 9, I was like, oh man, like I need to continue. I'm playing this until I go to bed, because I'm like, this is my night now. This is what I am playing. I'm not walking away from the story. It just gets so fucking buck wild. I love it so much. But yeah, it's probably gonna push me to play Zero this year. So probably gonna bite into my first traditional Yakuza game. But unless anyone else has anything they want to bring up, I think that brings us to the point of no return, which is what's in the box. Okay. Well, before we do that, of course, we want to thank you for listening to this week's episode 358 of the Pass the Controller podcast. You can read and watch and follow everything we do by visiting us at www.passthecontroller.io. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at PassController, and you can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/PassController. If you listen to the show in its audio format, we would really love and appreciate if you left us a 5-star review, subscribe to us, share it with a friend. But really, those reviews definitely help us grow the show and grow the audience, so we really appreciate it. It takes none of your dollars and only your time, and not much of it. So we would really appreciate it if you do that. If you watch us on YouTube, leave us a like, throw us a subscribe, leave a comment on the episode. Tell us what you did and didn't like. Well, maybe not go too hard, but, let us know that you're listening. Let us know you're watching. We love to hear from all of y'all out there. We know you're there, so it'd be nice to see some of that, out there on the interwebs. If you have some bucks kicking around and you want to help support the show, you can do that by going to patreon.com/passthecontroller and becoming a patron. You can go to passthecontroller.threadless.com and becoming someone who wears a t-shirt or sweatshirt or something with Pass the Controller logo on it. You can go to twitch.tv/passcontroller and you can subscribe to us on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime and you don't use that, you get a free monthly sub every month, so you could be tossing that our way or someone else that you like. Don't let it go to waste. That money's just sitting there, and it's, money that can be going to somebody that's doing something that you like to watch. So, without further ado, that brings us to everyone's favorite segment, which is a game we like to call What's in the Box.
Look at this. Megan's coming to Peacock unrated, unedited, in like a couple days. So
get it on it now before they get rid of Peacock for anyone that has Xfinity.
Wait, Xfinity's getting rid of Peacock?
They're not getting rid of. So basically, right now, you and I both have Xfinity. Maybe Dom has it too. And with Xfinity, you get the cheapest paid tier of Peacock for free. They've gotten rid of the regular free Peacock subscription, and now the middle tier, which was like $5, Xfinity people got it for free. Now it's being removed. Like, you have to go out of your way and subscribe to Peacock.
Interesting.
Streaming's gotten weird in the last.
And it's only going to keep going that way. But we did play What's in the Box last week, I believe. We are not going to play What's in the Box this week. Did we?
I can't remember what we played.
No, we did not.
Oh.
No.
Oh, we just ended with the Devil Horns?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless, then, we're probably doubling up. We are going to play a game that I think is quickly becoming my new favorite, which is Answer Unlocked. A game where I will read out the trophy list and or achievement list for a game. First person to guess what that game is gets the point. The leaderboard for 2023 stands Todd with a commanding lead at 11 points. Mike sitting in that second place spot with a 6, and Dom right behind Mike with a 5. I have a stump, plus apparently a stump for Snack World, which I'm not going to count. And then the guest leaderboard is sitting with Jesse Vitelli, friend of the program, with 2 points at the top of the guest leaderboard. Without further ado, game number 1, Answer Unlocked. Let's see. Honk the noses of 10 clowns. You need the full title of this game.
I have no idea what this is. Let's be honest. I'm not playing games with clowns. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think where to go.
Say it.
Rescue Noam Chomsky from the carnival. That episode. That is called Guarding Gnome. The other one was called Clowned. Wing and a prayer. Defend yourself at the crashed airliner without taking damage.
Oh, it's Dead Rising.
Incorrect.
Well, my ideas.
The whole Noam Chomsky thing threw me off.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Strength in numbers. Form a team and beat an enemy team in 4v4 versus or scavenge. Beat the rush. In a survival round, get a medal only using melee weapons. Gas guzzler. Collect 100 gas cans in scavenge.
The Dying Light?
Incorrect.
The Days Gone?
Incorrect. Cash grab. Open 5 footlockers.
It's not Fortnite, right?
Incorrect. Kill Bill. Have Bill sacrifice himself for the team.
Is it Left 4 Dead? Or Left 4 Dead 2?
It's Left 4 Dead 2. Todd gets the point and grows his lead. I mean, eventually they would have got easier if no one was getting it. There are plenty of gimmies.
The Bill thing made me think of Left 4 Dead, but I wasn't.
Yeah, Bill was immediate.
I don't remember the gnome Chomsky thing. I
I
don't.
don't either. Clown knows one either. Like, what area is it?
Let's see. Honk the noses of 10 clowns. There's another one that says fried Piper using a Molotov burn a clown, leading at least 10 common infected.
Maybe it's where you do the concert, like that whole area.
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't see one that has like a special thing for clowns. So I don't know. Game number 2. The Exiled Alliance. Reunite with your allies in the frozen north. The blank. Embrace your new identity. Dying embers. Eradicate the traitors in the name of a fallen friend. Birthright. Recover your father's armor.
God of War Ragnarok.
Incorrect.
No, but hold on. Ghost of Tsushima?
It is Ghost of Tsushima.
Let's go.
Damn, Todd is mounting a lead. Is Todd going for the sweepy? Is he going for the sweepy?
I think I do well with this game mode because, like, I focus on achievements and trophies and shit in games, and you get the father's armor in that game, so that's like a midway point, right? Right? That achievement?
I've been debating something. I've been debating adding a new rule to this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when there's a sweep in play, the person who is the lowest on the leaderboard should be able to call devil horns, where I will change the third thing to a harder one that is worth more points. But it will be a true devil horns. It won't be like Devil Horns Snack World, where it's a game that I know nobody's gonna know the answer to. It's gonna be difficult. But I think you can get it still. We don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, let's
It doesn't matter to me.
let's go to game number 3.
Todd sitting casually on his throne. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't care.
Let the peasants do as they want.
Catch the fever. Cure your need for fever with an extreme fever. Accept duel. Go ultra. Oh,
What was the name of the achievement, and what was the achievement?
Yeah, it was
Catch
confused.
the
Catch
fever.
It was like all Catch the Fever is the name of the.
yes.
And then what is the actual achievement for it?
Cure your need for fever with an extreme fever. Accept duel.
Accept the duel or accept?
Except duel. I'm assuming duel is a game mode, so you can't get
Okay.
this achievement slash trophy
Except.
Except.
So, like, excluding.
Oh.
excluding duel.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of that in this one, so I cannot read that part if it's not helpful.
No, just add punctuation.
Okay.
Like, comma, except duel.
Gotcha. Go ultra. Clear all the blank in a level. It's pretty extreme, but you look up to it. Except duel. Be cool. Hit the last. We're gonna mute this one for now. Hit the last blank, then the last blank to rack up a cool clear. Except duel.
I still don't even understand the accept duel.
Again, you can not unlock this achievement slash trophy in the game mode duel, so you can't like play against somebody
Game mode, okay,
and
gotcha,
cheat
gotcha,
your way to
gotcha.
the achievement. Is what I'm assuming that is implying.
Is it duel, D-U-E-L, or
DUEL.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it is a 1v1 scenario where they don't want you to cheese the achievement.
Yes.
Slash
that's
trophy.
why I was asking if it was like duel, like a 2-player mode, or duel like a 1v1.
Gotcha. Free ball. Rack up the score or hit the bucket for 3 balls in 1 shot.
Oh, sports.
Incorrect. Party master. Winning a blank party is way better than playing with a ball of yarn.
Is it Garfield Lasagna Party?
No, but that is incredible.
I was like, yeah, like, I thought you had it. I was like, oh fuck yeah.
I feel like everyone knows this game and it probably has played this game, which is why I picked it.
Okay, I was gonna actually ask.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've played a lot of this game, and I just assume I assume at the bare minimum everyone at least knows this game. What were you gonna say, Mike?
Knows the game. Before you read the next thing, Dom, what do you think a duel would be in Garfield Lasagna Party?
I don't know. I'm not worried about that.
It's a pasta party,
right,
Mike.
Right. Yeah.
All right, where were we here? Blank graduate. Complete adventure mode and earn your degree from the Blank Institute. Except duel. No, I'm just kidding.
Is it 2-Point Campus?
Incorrect.
Is it 2-Point Hospital, baby?
Hospital?
Incorrect. Oh man, this is giving me. This is a context clue. You should have already picked up on the context clue. There was a point in time, and this is giving me like weird, like nostalgia flashbacks, where achievements slash trophies used to have like, I don't know, their attempt at like humor written in them, which is like not a thing anymore. I feel like
You'll see him once in a while.
once in a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock Lobster. Win, and this is, I will say this part, but this is a multi-platform game. I'm just clearly reading the achievement list. Win an Xbox Live duel like a crustacean born. Have you tried Z Flippers?
Man, I'm lost on this one.
Doctor.
I like to have that one used. That one you could actually get in a duel. All the other ones,
Mhm.
except duel. This
No,
one,
you had to get that one in a duel link. That's a duel
you
one.
had to do it in a duel.
Doctor of the Blank Arts. Clear all blank and blank in every level in quick play or adventure mode and gain explodious fame.
Explosion Man?
Incorrect.
Explosion Man was a multi-what?
I think it probably is now.
I know Miss Explosion Man was on
Mm-hmm.
the Switch.
Mm-hmm. Ace of Adventure. In a blank defying feat, score 20 million points in a single playthrough of adventure mode. People's Ovation. Win a 4-player blank party by a whopping 100,000 points to acquire Everlasting Coolness. Stylish Project. Bust out all your skills with a Z. Bounces and slides for 1 million Style Shop points. All right, I guess we'll go into the DLC achievements. Blank PhD. Complete the Blank Knights adventure mode. You'll know everyone at the Blank Institute. Tenured. Complete all of the challenges in Blank Knights challenge mode. Purple Necklace. Hit 13 purple blank during a single level with Marina in adventure or quick play modes. Pretty.
Platoon?
Did you say Splatoon?
Did you say Marina? I thought you said Marina. I was like, wait, what?
I mean, there can be other characters that have that name.
I've never heard of anything else.
Okay, I don't know. Let's
Octodad.
Incorrect. Let's pull up the Wikipedia page. Actually, hold on, I got a better idea. Metacritic. This game has an 85 on Metacritic.
Except Duel.
Ready, aim, bounce. Clear the blank.
Bounce is like...
Here. Ready, aim, bounce. Clear the orange blank from 55 fanciful levels as 10 whimsical teachers guide you toward blank greatness. Wield mystifying magic powers, rack up huge bonus points, and make shots you'll smile about.
Hogwarts Legacy.
No. And you'll smile about for weeks. Amidst all this fevered action, only one question remains. Can you become a blank master?
I don't.
Poop rap.
I think you get yourself a stump.
The AV Club gave it 100. When your ball approaches the level clearing blank, the view zooms in tight on the action, time slows, and a timpani drum roll slaps a 50-point accent mark over the tensions as orb and target collide. The rapturous hosannas of Beethoven's Ode to Joy explode out of the speakers.
Oh my god.
Few games
Is it?
make winning feel this good.
Is it Monkey Ball?
No.
I think I know the name of the game. Well, I know the game, but I can't remember the name of it.
I mean, that game, that little excerpt from that review just gave a pretty clear picture of what the game is.
And I can't remember the name of it.
Eurogamer gave it a 9. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I don't think this is a game because none of the other things make sense. What was that game we used to play? It wasn't like.
Oh, is it Rocket League?
It wasn't.
No, it is not Rocket League.
That is a good guess, sort of. Again,
That's
the
what
whole
I
teaching
couldn't
things
think
and
of that
colors. What was the game? It wasn't like necessarily soccer. It was like a 2D thing.
iDarb.
Like
iDarb.
Yeah, iDarb.
It is
That's
not
what
iDarb.
I don't think it's this
Oh,
game.
wait, is it
but
Splatoon?
You need to think of it.
No, this game was
I
released.
played it on Xbox.
Oh, weird. We're coming up on the anniversary of this game. I did that accidentally. This game was released on February 27th, 2007.
Ooh, okay.
It is
That changes it.
currently available on Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, iPod, Windows Mobile, Java ME, Brew, Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, iOS. I don't know what Zeebo is, but you can play it on Zeebo, Android, and PlayStation Portable.
Oh, it's Brick Breaker.
Incorrect.
The SSX Tricky?
Incorrect.
Is it Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Remake?
No. This
wait, is it Snood?
incorrect. But that's a fucking poll. Wow.
What is Snood?
Oh,
I forget what Snood is. I know what it is, but I forget what it is.
It's like a
It was like a
old
it was
puzzle
like a
game.
brick breaker game. Yeah.
They all
Wait,
have faces.
is it Peggle 2?
Incorrect.
Peggle 1?
It is indeed Peggle.
Stop
I
it.
never
Yes.
played that game. I don't even know what that fucking game is.
Wait, you don't know what Peggle is? You don't know what
I
Peggle
know
is
the
either, Mike?
title, But I remember the name, but I don't know anything about the game.
Peggle's a banger. Fucking download Peggle. Peggle's so good.
I've only played Peggle 2, but like...
Peggle is incredible.
It's so good. It's
You've
really
never seen the meme either of like the guy from E3. I think it was on the Xbox stage. He like jumps in the air and fist in the air, and he's like Peggle. Like you've never seen that fucking meme?
good. Wait, did I just go 3 for 3?
Todd just got the fucking sweep. Everybody, that puts Todd at an absolutely devilish lead of 14 points to Mike's 6 to Dom's 5. This is turning out to be a real interesting season. We'll see what happens when we come up to.
I've never seen this game.
Yeah, this is
Really?
not looking
It's so
What?
good, too. It's really
at
good.
all.
I highly recommend downloading it because I think it might be free. Or am I wrong? Like maybe I just have it still there.
Where to play Peggle 2? It might be on Game Pass. I mean, I definitely own it, Dom. So you have it on Xbox.
Yeah, I've never seen this game before.
Peggle's incredible. Peggle 2 is on Game Pass. If you're listening and you
I had
have,
a feeling it was.
if you're listening, you've never played Peggle, and
I think I might go play it.
to everyone on this podcast that hasn't played Peggle, play fucking Peggle. It is so good. Fuck. It's a great fucking game. You're just launching the ball. You got to get rid of the pegs. A lot of the omissions in the achievements was the word peg. That's what I was not saying the word peg.
I guarantee you, if you said the word peg, I wouldn't have gotten it.
It would have just sped it up.
Yeah, Todd would have got it immediately.
You
You
didn't know the
could
game
have
existed.
said the word peggle. You could have said the word peggle, and I wouldn't even know it was a game.
I would have been confused. Yeah.
Wait,
I would
really?
have been like, what Peggle? Yeah.
This is wild to me. We're gonna do a fucking retrospective on Peggle. So download Peggle and play this shit. Peggle's so good.
Really, Peggle's like such a good game that like you can just relax and not worry about what you're doing, and it's just like, you know.
Bro, I played so much Peggle on the 360. Are you
Same.
kidding me? I would just lay on the couch at night and just fucking
That's what I'm saying. Just relax
shooting
and-
some balls, baby, shooting some balls. Ooh, Dom, you would actually probably love Peggle. I don't know about
Pinball
Mike's jam.
mixed with, like,
Yeah, the pinball like
Plinko.
very
Pinball meets Plinko.
yeah.
You know, like
It's just so fucking low key. Mike, you get that extreme fever, you get those combos, and the game's fucking shooting out fucking Beethoven noises, and oh man, it's good times.
Apparently, there's a Peggle for the iOS, so.
It would probably run pretty well on mobile. Is it free on mobile on iOS?
It might be on
Apple Arcade.
because it just comes up and says that I can get it.
Ooh, Mike, I highly recommend. It's good times.
Mm.
It's
Mike,
really good.
Don't do it. Don't play the game. The game is trash. There's little corridors like Persona 5 where you can just run down the street and you can fucking.
This Todd's new way is like, listen, don't play it. It's like Persona 5. Don't do it. It's really bad. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
that's been the show, everybody. I kept it tighter this week because the last couple of episodes have been 2-hour plus joints, and come on, what are we doing? What are we doing over here? Anyways, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your night. You can, of course, follow all these lovely people. You can follow Dom at PDC_1Little_Spark. You can follow Todd at Toddy by nature. That's because I'm doing it backwards that my whole brain just got flipped because I usually go Mike through and now I'm going Dom back. So you can follow Mike at _Michaelpath. You can follow me at Big Room. You can follow everything we do at Pass Controller, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.